How's it going out there, good people? Welcome back to the House of Business Podcast 2.0. It's your host, Caleb Thompson. I'd like to thank everyone for watching these videos. As I usually say, I would like to thank everyone for subscribing, liking our content, and just tuning in. Like I usually say, man, if there's somebody that needs to watch these videos, that if you don't particularly need the information that we're giving you on these videos, just pass it on. Pass it on to someone else so that they can enjoy it. They can enjoy these videos. Okay, today, this video was supposed to launch. It was scheduled to launch Saturday at 6 o'clock. But we're gonna go ahead and upload this video. We're gonna go ahead and shoot the video, and then we'll have something else for Saturday, 6 p.m. This Saturday coming up. We'll have something different. But the title of this episode is called "Serving Others, Building Wealth: The Entrepreneur's Mission." Serving others, building wealth: the entrepreneur's mission. And I'm just gonna go over a couple talk points, probably 3 talk points. It'll be quick. But the main thing is, when you go into business, you should, man, this is so, I really want you to listen to what I'm about to say. And I say that when I have something important to say. Really listen to what I'm about to say. This episode is called Serving Others, Building Wealth: The Entrepreneur's Mission. A lot of people, and I hate saying a lot of people, putting a lot of people in it. Excuse the subway. We're gonna let the Amtrak go by real quick. I shoot a lot of my videos outside. I shoot a lot of videos walking, running, working out. It kind of helps. It kind of helps. Getting the flow of things. Okay. So listen to what I'm about to say. This is called serving others. Now, serving someone else isn't you serving someone if you cannot lord over them. That's not serving others. That's you using what you've been blessed with, and a lot of times, this is just honest to God truth. A lot of people are in positions that they lied, manipulated, deceived their way into. They don't really care about people. They really don't care about people. So, and I hate to say it like that. Some people say, man, that's just the world. That's how the world is. The world is not like that. The world is not like that. There's just people who have sacrificed certain things demonically. Probably some family members sacrificed their life. Done a lot of evil things to be in the position that they're in because they don't want to go through the process. They don't want to go through the process, do the shadow work. They don't want to, lead correctly. What they want to do is they want the shortcut. So they'll take the shortcut. And after they take the shortcut, then what they'll do. Then they'll get the position. They'll get the ranking or whatever it is that makes them happy. So they'll get those positions by being deceitful. And then what they'll do is then they'll lord it over the person who's they're supposed to be helping. Your potential, you having potential, or your leadership position is to help others bring out their full potential. Now, if you get what I'm saying, I'm not going on a rant, but this is called Serving Others, Building Wealth: The Entrepreneur's Mission. And that's our mission as entrepreneurs, to really help people, to really have a heart to help people, not say that we want to help people, not say that we want to help the community, not say, we want to get involved in this area, because I'm going to tell you something. You can pump a lot of money into just about anything. If you don't get to the core issue of the problem, which is the heart issue of the problem, if you don't get to the core issue of the problem, you cannot just pump money into a problem. Yes, but you have to make a way or give the knowledge where that problem will not come back, where you can uproot the problem. And what I mean by that is that if you're pumping $1.2 billion into the homeless shelters and the homeless system, it should come a point in time where those systems are no longer available. Everyone has housing. Everyone has a job. The economy is booming. There's just not, everyone has exactly what they need to be a help to someone else. But people are in positions of power because they keep people starving to put puppet strings on them to have them to attack someone who threatens their position. That's not the way that the world is supposed to work. You as an entrepreneur, your mission needs to be that I want to really help people. I want to help people reach their full potential. The only people that do not want people to reach their full potential are people who are narcissistic bosses, insecure bosses, insecure people. Do you not know that insecure people birth insecure people? That's crazy. If your leader or the person the CEO of the company that leads the company, even though he has a pristine vision, who he is at his core will corrupt that vision sooner or later. An insecure person will birth insecure people. An insecure boss will birth insecure employees. I don't care if they start with smear campaigns. When someone else comes in that has the potential, that has the skill set, that has the vision, for that position in which they were hired, maybe to make it better. You never come to a job to make it worse or to stay the same. But these jobs have an outline for you to work. And if you have any type of, if they have any type of sense that you're creative, or that you want to go beyond the guidelines to help the place to expand, or help the place to gain more momentum in charity or philanthropy or any other area. What these people will do, these insecure people, what they'll do is they'll gather all together, and then they'll try to snuff out the light that's in you. So you have to understand that if the company culture is based off insecurity, if the boss or the CEO has the vision may be pristine, but if the leader of the company, it does not have a sense of authenticity, if he is not authentic, if he is not his authentic self, if he likes grapes and everyone else likes apples, if he says, well, hey, I understand what you like, but this is what I like and that's where I stand, he is not corrupted by the mass majority of people and these social norms. He will not be swayed by these things. So you need someone to lead you that has a backbone like that. So number one, the power of value-driven business. So I'm going to give you 3 points. Number one is the power of value-driven business. Number one, true wealth is solving problems and serving the community. Now, I've had a lot of money. I had no money at all, and then I've done both. But the true wealth is solving problems and serving the community. That's where true wealth is. You can have all the money in the world and still be purposeless. Do you understand what I'm saying? Purposeless. I've had nice cars. I've had a condo. I've lived in New York in nice places. I've been to almost every 5-star hotel, just about. I haven't been to some of these places that I would still like to go, like overseas, but I've been to a lot of these places, and the money, what money is supposed to do is it's supposed to be used as a tool to help you to execute your God-given purpose on this earth to help others reach their full potential. That's what money is for. Money is just for you to, it's supposed to be used as a tool and not as a trophy or something to lord over people, to oppress them, or for you to to stroke your ego to make you feel better. Yeah, does money make you feel better? Yes, it should, because you have more options. You have a lot more options to do with what you need to do in the world. If you didn't want a croissant today, you can go and get banana bread or a cinnamon roll for breakfast. So it gives you those options, and it goes from that minimum all the way to, if I didn't want a 12 slot or apartment with a building with 12 apartments in it, I can go and get something else. I can go and buy another company, buy a franchise, buy 2 franchises, put them on this one in this strategic area that will be able to make and generate a lot of capital, and I can move the other one to another. So you can do all that. You can do all that. So it goes from that small, that that minimum, all the way to the maximum of what we're talking about with money here. But I want you to know that true wealth is building. Is true wealth is solving problems and serving the community. That is genuinely true wealth, and it gives you a purpose. Do not be purposeless or play with your money just to make you feel good. I'm not saying don't enjoy it, but it feels a lot better. You'll be able to sleep at night with the purpose, using it as a tool to fulfill your purpose. Okay, another one is when you want to go into business, it's important that the creation of that business meets the needs of the community that's in it. Yeah. I'm having some, because, I've done international business as well. So I would have a building or office in one place, but we serve people outside of the community. But also I do have other businesses as well that gives back, or, gives, back to school products and items as well. But originally my permanent business that I will establish once we get stable out here in the state of New York, it will help the community. It will be a percentage of our profits will be towards helping the community. It will help. That would be our number one priority. The core of our mission is to help the community. But so give me 1 second. So when you want to go into business, just try to find a way to give back. We know when you're in a startup, I had a lot of startups, a lot of small startups, from e-commerce, from a coffee shop to toy store. I believe that we did consumer electronic products, and outside of that, outside of a lot of other businesses and franchise. But make sure it meets the needs. But while you're making money, make sure that you're also having an impact in the community, because they're both mutually profitable. So just like you can make money in the community, if you have an impact in the community, they're both mutually profitable. But I believe an impact, it trumps just having and making money in the community and being just a good businessman, but not really involved in the community in any aspect or sense. So having an impact, man, because a good name rather be chosen than great riches. There are some things that you can get, or people can help you with when you don't have the money, when you don't have the friends, when you don't have the human capital. You can use that impact that you've created through the things that you've done good for the community, and they can back you up as well. So profit with purpose. Align your business with your purpose, your business mission with purpose. Whatever you feel like that truly fulfills you at night, whatever you feel like that is truly fulfilling, that you felt like you were put on this planet to do, that is what look at this little jacket. That is what you need to pursue. You do not need to now. Man, it's so much that I want to go over, but I want to try to stick to the subject matter. But in a sense, it's bigger than that. But I want to stick to what we're talking about. But life will put you in some places where you will compromise just to get the bills paid. Life will put you in some situations where you will compromise. You would throw that dream in the trash just to get the bills paid, just to do what you need to do. But I've chased a dream that I've obtained and generated a lot of capital off of. I've chased that dream, but it was hard. The process was hard. Everyone abandoned me. Everyone mocked me. People even exes and even an ex, that was mad at me or whatever, taking my name to demonic places, like witchcraft altars, to make sure that my business didn't work, or attacking my health, and and other things. So no, this stuff is real. So I want you to understand that everybody is not going to be happy with you, but at the same time, you need to understand that when God looks at you, He sees the things that you're doing in the community, and that you're innocent. that your hands are clean. It gives you that spiritual backing as well. Just like you need natural backing. If you see the president, if he has a security team, you also need a spiritual security team. And I'm not saying secure yourself with darkness, but what I am telling you is that it's real. So it's real. So that's something to be aware of as well. There needs to be a specific way that you tailor and structure your business while giving back. Now, you do not give back to the point where you lose all your capital, and then now you're trying to gain capital through, what's that place called? Whatever you use. Is Prairie Investors or any other company that you would use to do crowdfunding. There was some GoFundMe. You don't want to get to that point. You want to structure your business in a way where you can still generate capital. You can take out, if it comes out of your retained earnings, or if it comes out of just a certain percentage. You have to take out a certain percentage for taxes, for just anything. All your retained earnings that you're going to invest back into the business. Take a percentage of that and put it towards charitable deeds. Which can also be a write-off as well. So it works all together if you structure it right. So do that. Okay, and that was number 2. So number 3 is the difference between long-term wealth versus short-term gains. There needs to be a mindset shift. Chasing money and building wealth are 2 different things. There needs to be a mindset shift. That's 2 different things. Chasing money and building wealth are 2 different things. That's why you can see someone that's going through the process of laying the foundation of wealth building. You know what I mean? And there's someone who's chasing money. Yeah, they have the car right now. They have the job right now. They have the house right now. They have it all right now. But they are continually doing the same thing over and over and over and over, and things that they hate to get what they want. But when you build wealth, you go through a process that you may have to, there are many sacrifices that needs to be made. And once you go through the process, you won't have to work as hard as you did the day that you're going to have to work. But in that process, when there's no notoriety, when there's no support, when you're in the dark, you're in the lab, you're learning everything you need to learn. Before everything is birthed, that whole pregnancy period, when you're pregnant with your dream, you're pregnant with your business, when you're pregnant with your ideas, that whole time that those things are developing in the dark when no one can see, the whole time when you plant that seed and it's starting to take root underground, when it's starting to grow underground, those roots are the most important thing, because once a storm comes, once something happens to the business and you don't have the emotional intelligence or the mental capacity to withstand that storm, your whole business is going to crash. And if you, as being the CEO or the owner of that business, and you have employees, if they see you crash, they're going to crash as well. They're going to say, oh man, we thought that this person was more mentally stable. We thought this person had the mental capacity to be able to withstand a hit like that, or economic shift in our location, and still be able to say, okay, what do we do next? How do we move forward? How do we strategically move forward? Put together a plan and move forward. How do we maneuver through this manure? Maneuver through the manure. How do we do that? What steps can we take in moving forward where we don't let this overtake us? You need a leader like that. So, but that's the difference. The difference is that, give me 1 second. I think that's Uncle Sam. Okay, so the difference is between long-term wealth and short-term gains is this. Long-term wealth is built over years and years and years of time, and it's a process. See, someone that's just now we may have to make another podcast for this, because to build wealth, not just with a company, but family wealth or generational wealth, man, that's a whole nother podcast, man. You have to come together. You need someone that's financially literate. You need someone that can work with each other. It's really hard to work with family, but just find some things that you guys are good at. Maybe in business, it's all about human capital. You have to find out everyone's gift within the family and use that gift, towards building wealth for the family, and find ways to strategically make sure that the next generation starts off good, and they do the same process. And they may modify some things based on the lineage and how they get along as cousins, aunties, uncles. But there needs to be an agreement, a complete agreement within the entire family that no matter what we do, maybe this family, all their families are doctors, or maybe the daughter doesn't want to be a doctor. She wants to be a violinist. But we need to find some way to monetize that. We need to do whatever we need to do by making the videos for giving her the classes that she needs, or all putting in money to make sure she's the best at what she wants to do and live out her dream or her passion. But make sure it generates wealth, and a percentage of that goes back into the family trust. So human capital, is the number one thing with generating long-term wealth, and that's with generational wealth. But just building wealth with the family, building wealth with the business is very different, but it's almost the same. It's almost the same, but it's almost the same, but it's very different. Dealing with board of directors, dealing with a lot of other factors as well. And you could sell the business, and or your family could run the business, and one good deal, you could go from your family working every day in the business, and this is your family's business. You've been in the family for generations, or been in the family for 10 years, and then as soon as you sell it, now everyone is without a purpose. Now you have to go to building generational wealth, where everyone has to figure out, that was everyone's purpose in the family, was to work that business, find an area to work in the business. But if you just say, someone else is raised up in the family and they sell the business, let's say for $200 million, $300 million, they sell that business. And then now that you have that wealth, so instead of everyone milking the wealth, now you have to start over. You have to find out everyone's talents, what they're capable of doing, their dreams, goals, and find a way to monetize that, and then take a percentage of that and put that back into the business. Of course, you're going to need a financial advisor, but you have to start somewhere. So we'll go from there. How you mean? Okay, another one is how serving others leads to sustainable success and brand loyalty. It's something about serving other people that helps your brand, helps your company. People think that, we got a couple customers, we got a couple of good customers, long-time customers, that they're going to be here for a while. So, and these are high-ticket customers, the high-ticket clients. We don't need anyone else. But once you serve the community, there are people, let me put it like this. There's a difference between being the people's champ and just being placed in a position of authority because it was handed to you, or being placed in a position at the top. No, there's no error to that. Don't get me wrong. Everyone doesn't need to have a rags to riches story. There are plenty of people out there that have had both parents, had a good life. They were taught, they were financially educated at a young age. They went to great schools, and no one's looking down on that. That is the dream for a lot of people. That's what I hope for my children. No one needs to have a rags to riches story to be influential. You don't need all that. You could be influential right where you are by being authentic and being your true authentic self, chasing your dreams, sharing what you love to do, whether people like it or not. See, it's okay to share what you love until you cannot take rejection, or someone can say, man, I really don't like that. Instead of you saying, okay, that's okay. You don't like it, but I do. But authenticity is what's needed to make sure that it cancels out jealousy. It cancels out envy. You being your true authentic self cancels out you being jealous of another. You're basically you're learning to love yourself by being authentic. We can say, okay, well, I'd rather drink wine and watch Cake Boss all night. You know what I mean? And someone else will say, oh, well, you really watch that show all night? Like, who sits there? You can say, I don't care what you think. You know what I mean? I don't care what you think. This is what I like to do, and this is what I'm going to do. There's a difference between being your true authentic self and being shaped into someone else that you feel like that mask, you've worn that mask for so long that you feel like that's your authentic self. But if you ever sat with yourself long enough to really say, what do I truly like? Who do I really truly want to be when it's all over with? That is who you truly are, not this mask that you've learned to accept because society has super glued it to your face to make you, get along with everybody. That is not your true authentic self. Your true authentic self is what your heart says to you. Say, if you've ever asked yourself this, if I can do anything in the world and there is no way possible I could fail, what would I do right now? What would I do right now? And I'm not talking about going on vacation. I'm talking about if you can do anything in the world that your heart desires, that you really have a heart and your passion, your desires, what would that be? And that is your true authentic purpose. If you can find someone to help generate capital, to help you to chase that dream, or you can just build the foundation and get as much knowledge as you need. Someone will come along, man. If you do the possible, man, God will do the impossible. Which I'm saying is this: people say the universe. Once you do what you're supposed to do, things will automatically be attracted to you. I mean, no, there are doors that open because of suffering. Sometimes you suffered, and that door is open, and no one can shut it because you've went through the process, and you've earned that through your suffering or through your resilience. And no matter what anyone does, it just cannot change or close that because the universe, or I say God, but the laws of the universe has made sure that door was open legally and stayed open, and no one can shut it despite anything because there is a cost or a price that was paid for that key, and no one can take that key and no one can seal that door shut. So there are some things spiritually that cannot be reversed, no matter how much you want it to be reversed. If someone is meant to be great, they're going to be great. The only way that can be changed if they don't think they can be great. But the only way they would think that they're not supposed to be great is if they lose their authentic self to try to fit in. If they say, okay, I'm gonna give you my authentic identity, all my dreams, all my hopes. I'm gonna give that to you so that I could have friends or so I can be accepted. Some people trade that authenticity just to be liked by fake family members. Some people's families just don't like them. But to be fake and just to have family and just to have friends, you'll be fake right along with them. You'll lose your authenticity for fake, in-laws and fake friends and and fake coworkers that, yeah, you're good at work, but as soon as you get off work, she's telling him something, she's talking about you behind her back, behind your back. So, you have to learn how to be authentic, and none of that matters when you embrace your authenticity. So, do that. So, the mindset shift is chasing money and building wealth. Building wealth takes a lot longer. Chasing money, you'll get it right then, but you also could have to continually to do the same thing every day or every week to maintain that. Okay, how serving others leads to sustainable success and brand loyalty. We went over that. Once you serve people or serve the community, it builds you identity and brand loyalty in front of those individuals that will be loyal customers for a long time. I've been to some places, I say down south, some places. There are some cafes and some restaurants that's been in business for 40 years. 40 years. The parents went there, their kids went there, the kids took their kids there 40, 50, 80 years, 100 years. And that's because they established brand loyalty through helping the community, through being a part of the community. Not just, I don't care if it's the owner helping someone with the flat tire. I don't care if it's the owner, helping the school with something or help, getting involved in communities, relief efforts, man, has really caused us, to have great success and brand loyalty and have a lot of loyal customers. And on the next one, we're going to give you some strategies. I'm going to give you 5 strategies on how to reinvest your wealth into the community while building community and for future growth. So those strategies, I think 5. I'll give you 5 strategies. We may lower it down to 3, but we'll see. So tune in this Saturday. We'll do part 2, and I'll give you those strategies. Once again, this is the House of Business Podcast 2.0. This is your host, Caleb Thompson. The title of this episode is called Serving Others, Building Wealth, the Entrepreneur's Mission. Number 1 was the power of value-driven business. Number 2 is why making money and an impact in the community are mutually profitable. And number 3 was the difference between long-term wealth and short-term gains. So as we went over all that today, once you go out there and you establish a business, try to establish a business that really helps people. Not use what you have because you're insecure. You oppress people. You're throwing your weight around. That's not really helping people as long as you're clapped for. Help people out of the kindness of your heart. When you establish a business, try to get involved in the community. Try to help people as much as you can, man. Especially people that didn't ask to be here, like children, elderly people. I just say they didn't ask to be here, but elderly people. And even young people, man. There's a lot of young men out here, man, that really need guidance. There's a lot of young women that needs guidance. Man, just get involved. When you start your business, get involved. Try to do some local partnerships. Find out what you can do and really get involved with your heart. Make sure your heart posture is straight and use your knowledge to help build and pour into people and pour into them and help them to reach their full potential. So this is House of Business Podcast 2.0. This is your host, Caleb Thompson. We'll see you back here this Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And peace.